Please turn off your phones and give your utmost attention, for this is a very serious matter that has impacted our history greatly.
Slavery spans in nearly every culture, nationality, and religion. The Atlantic slave trade took place across the Atlantic Ocean from approximately 1526 to 1867. In Jamestown, Virginia, 1619, the first African slaves were brought to the North American colony. It was then that slavery began to spread all over America, resulting to 10.5 million Africans being slaves at the end of the Atlantic slave trade.
European traders and some African leaders captured Africans and raised and brought them to European dealers, which is how they acquired slaves. Most of the Africans who were enslaved were captured in battles or were kidnapped. Shackled to one another, the slaves who were captured are forced to march towards the coast and endure a horrid long journey with limited amount of food and water for weeks or even months before they reach their destination. They were then shipped off to different parts of America. After being kidnapped and shipped off like pack sardines to America, they were sent to auction houses to be sold or traded. Trading ships would set sail from Europe with a cargo of manufactured goods to the west coast of Africa. There, these goods would be traded over weeks and months for captured people provided by African traders.
Most slaves were oppressed to do 18 hours of work every day in the farms while receiving a beating from their owners if they provoked them. Women slaves were also raped and abused by them. Finally, when the Atlantic slave trade was abolished by the Committee for the Abolition of the Slave Trade, in which an act was created called the Abolition of Slave Trade Act 1807, it was an act of the Parliament of the United Kingdom passed on March 25, 1807, but not until 26 years later that slavery itself was actually abolished.
Here are some clips from the movie 12 Years a Slave, where they show us how the slaves were being treated and how they were sold and traded.
As we show you clips from the movie 12 Years a Slave, we follow a man named Solomon Northup as his journey towards freedom from slavery and all of the sufferings he had to go through and witness. In this clip, it shows the beating of Solomon being tamed by the traders so he could sell them at the auction house. And in this second clip, the seller is going around with the buyer and checking the slaves that are up for sale, inspecting their health.
Inspect them at your leisure, but I asked you to pay me. What catches your fancy here? This boy? Yes, open your mouth. Open wider. Look in there. Never been sick a day in his life. And I call
This movie, he served 12 years as a slave and finally got his freedom back and his family. How is this connected to racial issues, you may ask? This topic is connected to the racial and racism issues that are in USA and Canada that we still receive today, since African Americans are given racial remarks because of their tragic history of being slaves. Racist people also call them racial slurs such as the N-word or consider them as dirty because of their skin color.